Yeah, like I said, this morning, I do not know what direction I'm actually going. So, I'm just going with the flow. Yes, we just going with the flow and just see where gravity pulls us to, what direction gravity is gonna pull me towards. So I have no direction of where I'm going this morning, what is what. I just know that I'm going to move my feet. That's it. I just be moving my feet this morning. I usually just just get up and just go. So this morning is going to be a beautiful morning. If you are not already up, yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful morning. I can feel it. As a matter of fact, once you're up, it's already a beautiful morning. As usual, you know. So once you're already up, it's already a beautiful morning today. And you know what? I'm just gonna keep saying it. Got up this morning. I breathe heavy into my body. Actually, no. I did the push-ups. Every time I get tired, I will stop and breathe heavy into my body. So that's the form of yoga that I do. Every push-up is when I get tired, is when I get into the yoga pose. And that's just it. So good morning. And that's what I just sort of been doing every day. So, and also when I'm out running, because lately I've been doing like 26 miles every day. So what I did is every 5 miles I stop, do some push-ups, do my sanitation. And the park that I see, you know, people are actually looking at is doing yoga, so, and that's what I did. So what all those things does, it keeps you real flexible. So I just work on that flexibility even more. So every morning when I get up, the first thing I do is, as a matter of fact, I think now I'm doing like 25 push-ups at one go. I'm like, oh, really? Super hard. I'm almost there. What round am I going this morning? I'm almost there. Woo. Next thing I'll be talking about doing 50 push-ups all at once. Because the whole lessons, because I begin to realize this whole thing called yoga is it's like a journey. So the whole essence of it is the ability to be able to do push-ups, and when you get tired, you use your pose as your resting period while you breathe into your body. So I actually get up every day within the hours of 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and start my day like that. So everything I've been doing, I've been trying to sit cross-legged too. If I'm reading, and I kid you not, so sitting asana is it's a biscuit. Yeah. Oh, where's that bird singing right there? The sitting asana is absolutely amazing. So that's what I've been doing every morning. So I'm just like, wow. Let me see what I'm going to do right here. So I'm thinking, man, the only thing about running 26 miles every day is like you become like a car. I have to eat. You know, stuff and eat a lot. I don't know, biscuit. You know, so I just, you know, it's just something that I just wanted to do for me. So I think this is 7 days doing that so far. So it's been for many, many years. You know, it's been something that I've always loved. I love endurance running. I don't look at it, and I always say I love it because Like I always say, I got motivated to do stuff like that when I saw my son being pushed out by his mother. I was really, really, really inspired about how a woman can actually push out a being. And since then, I've just been, because when people hear, oh, so what's your pace? So, I don't do all that. I don't even know how fast I go. I just know is I'm on my feet and I get to do a lot of meditation, praying, like that brother singing right there. I don't know who's the best singer, whether it's me or him, but I definitely know that we both wouldn't be singing in the same choir. Because we got to polish up on our songs. At least he did good. I can't even try to sing, but you know, it's just one of those things. So yeah, when it comes to this thing, I get to, and I think the thing that I like about this thing is the fact that I practice thinking about the same thing for a long period of time. You know, just like if I have a mantra that I'm trying to let it stick into my brain, if I have a little prayer that I'm saying. And I think sometimes when we are saying things or manifesting things that we wanted, even though we say we really want it, we are not really meaning it from the bottom of our heart. So it's just like it's a waste. And sometimes repetitional things and just saying it over and over takes hours before that energy can actually come in to the planet. It's really amazing, just like the birds when they sing. And because when you really look at it, how the birds are just designed, how they look, the voices, all we have to do is just take a moment. I love coming out near sometimes. You know, take a moment and just think about this thing called voice. Absolutely amazing. Just by looking at us human beings, the way we're designed, every part of our body, just, you know, just having that moment. Because we don't really get to do that because we don't see as anything necessary to actually kind of just look at yourself and look at other people and see the uniqueness in us. We are so focused on what we've done to one another, and we create what I call first-class delusionized separation entity. I gotta put in my own words. So when I'm on my feet like this jogging, I just get to think about a lot of things. You know, I get to think about a lot of things, and just to say, okay, I'm gonna get up every day and just jog 26 miles. I'm like, you know, I wonder what that would be like. And I remember one time when I was actually training to run an ultra, my training regime then, and I think then I was up to living in the shelter too. So I was doing 20 miles Monday to Friday, and both Saturdays and Sunday I would do a 50 mile or 52. That was just because the ultras can be brutal if you don't put in the hours and you're trying to go and run this thing. It'll humble you. It just requires that much discipline. So I was doing 185 miles a week, which now is also equivalent to running a marathon every day. So pretty much the same. But at the time, the challenging part was the 50 miler on Saturday, and the other one, let me slow down here so that I can see what's going on. Yeah, the 50 mile on Saturday. Let me look. See, this is how I look at the road. The 50 mile on Saturday and the 50 miles on Sunday. Because that Sunday morning is usually the, what do I say? Whew, extremely challenging. Amazing. Because after running 50 miles the previous day and getting up early again doing another 50, oh my goodness, it just brings a lot of things into play. You really have to tap into your mind and use a lot of mind power, a lot of patience. You gotta be really patient. You can't get angry, because there are times you just want to drag that feet, but you just can't. You know, you cannot get mad. There are times it's like your whole body becomes really heavy, and it's actually good for you because that's when you're really, really, really connected to the ground, and gravity is actually pulling you. Let me see. Oh, I couldn't see what just came up. And gravity is actually really, really pulling you. And just amazing how it does pull you. You know, so yes. So, and those are the things right there that I just like about it, because the whole praying, the meditation, and I do think it made me realize, understand a lot has to do, a lot of what we call mental illness, because physical pain is a lot easier than mental pain. I have endured both, and I can say I would take physical pain any day than mental and emotional pain, because emotional pains are just so extreme. They're very, very, very hard to deal with sometimes, and you question in your mind, why is it doing this? You fighting so hard to take control of your mind, but it's just slipping away from you. And I get it, and I think sometimes what can actually make that lose is a lot of physical activities and slowing down your breath, especially in the morning. It is really funny how when we talk about breathing in our yoga, because when we do our yoga in our classes, we tend to be in such a hurry, and to actually breathe into the body takes years of practice to be able to just breathe into that body, and a lot of ways to do it. That's why the push-up comes into play into yoga, because when you breathe into that body, all that tight spot, because a lot of times, because we're so fearful, afraid of what we don't know, so when we have a tight body and we breathe into it and not knowing the reason why that body is tight and how to breathe into it, we tend to hurt ourselves. But this thing just requires that gentle push. The body, amazing. It requires that easy, gentle push. And if you do not know how to actually slow your breath down, yoga is just going to be in a hurry. But once you begin to put in that practice of just breathing in, slowing it down, and just breathing, and that's why I always say a woman giving birth is just amazing, because just the breathing in that chi, the way they even breathe during labor, absolutely amazing. And it's almost just like there is no reason why we should not be breathing like that into our body every morning, because it's really, really amazing just to hear the roar, the sound of power that the woman has breathing into our body. Look at this bed stinking to me. I can hear it. Breathing into our body when she's getting ready to deliver that beautiful, beautiful baby. So, and that's the kind of form that I've used over the years, and it just blew me away how I can even actually breathe into my own body and heal an injury. It's just, you tell me that, it wasn't easy before because we have that feeling of doubt because we've been programmed to think, no, you got to take certain pills, you got to take this. So when you're breathing into that body every single day, it's like that doubt is still at the back of your mind. Like, man, just going to take some pills. Man. So, and I think what goes on as years goes on and you stick to the breathing, your body really, truly gets used to believing that, okay, I can heal you. And it's just really, really amazing. Really funny. Because a lot of times we do yoga, yeah, we stretch, but when you have a serious injury, to actually think that, yeah, breathing into your body is going to heal the pain, it just doesn't make sense because of the way we've been programmed. So for me, I didn't have a choice. I really had to do that. And it absolutely blew the bananas out of me. And I think the more I breathe into my body, my senses really becoming relaxed, and a lot of things that I've copped up in myself was able to be released, and the flexibility even comes into play. So, and that's the reason why these days when I see people run a marathon and they're so sore, I'm like, it's really funny that we don't even know that we are designed with the ability to get up every day and do 26 miles like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. It's not even a big deal. Because our great ancestors did it for years and years. We didn't have a car. So these days we make this thing like, oh, a marathon. It's no, it isn't. So yes, and really funny. Another thing is numbers. Let me get away from that. I got up at 2:22 this morning, and this number right here says 2:22. So 2:22, I see a lot, because every time I see a number that catches my attention, I will Google them to see the minute, and they never seem to fail. Numerology is so unique. I just do that all the time because every number has a meaning, and it's just really amazing how each one of us has a path of our own. But the thing is, we end up getting off course and following other people's path because we don't believe. That belief is in yourself. Because each time we want to get into trouble or do something wrong, there's that one unique voice that always come out and tell you no. It's there. And anytime you're about to make a decision, I'm going to say this before I go, and you hear that one voice that tells you no, don't be afraid, just say no. That one voice will come once and say don't do it. When you're questioning things and you're about to do stuff, that one voice, it will come. It's like that God inside of you, it will just come and say no. And that moment, if you have to hurt other people's feelings, sometimes you gotta do it. But just that word no in your head is very, very important, because what that does, that's your psychic power. And when that psychic power says no, and you refuse to listen, you get other entities, other brain power coming in and say, oh, maybe not, and that's just it. And that is kind of the meaning of those things that's in a lot of scriptures that was not being written or told properly. Because you always have that voice. It's like pretty much you have a choice. Look at that beautiful side. So anytime you hear that voice that says no, or if you're talking to someone or trying to do something and just tell you, be careful, don't be afraid. Or if you hear that voice, call up somebody, don't be afraid, because that uniqueness, that psychic power is right there. We just ignore it because of that self-doubt that we've been programmed to do, that has been programmed in us as we get older. So that's what I was sort of thinking of this morning. So I begin this journey this morning, listening to all these birds, you know, getting to come around all this seclusive area. Very nice, pretty neighborhoods. I always find different places. I just love being in nature, and like this bird, listening to it allows me to be quiet and just listen to them. So yes, let me go ahead and finish. I'm gonna say happy, man, it's the weekend. Happy Friday. And let me go ahead and finish this. It's a little chilly. This not too chilly, but cold enough. Cold enough. So I'm gonna shut this thing off and say one love.